They travel in herds. They do travel in herds. So here we are with Jurassic Predator. Um, so basically, the concept of this low budget has been experimented on, and he or she is essentially growing at an accelerated rate and escapes from this complex. And these guys are hired to go into the forest and kill it. This movie starts out great. I mean, it starts out with a coffee shop robbery, naturally, like all dinosaur movies should. And that's how we meet our main character. He stops this coffee shop robbery while endangering everybody else in the coffee shop by shooting the robber first before he shoots him. So, yeah, great character. And his whole thing is that he's like a tough guy and he takes no nonsense. And the first, no kidding, the first 20 to 30 minutes is him like gathering up his team after the government is like, hey, we screwed up. This dinosaur is out and is heading. Apparently, they think it's heading towards civilization, where it's going to eat a bunch of people, and it's like, why? Why would a T Rex? How would a T Rex know where to go? If anything, I would think that typically, don't predators usually? I mean, I'm not an animal expert, but don't predators usually pick out like a spot where they hunt and they just hunker down there and they basically get pissed off at anybody that comes in? It's like, don't most predators usually work like that? I don't know. This movie's not great, and I wasn't expecting it to be. I was actually expecting it to be, a lot of fun. It's like, I was like, okay, so it's basically Jurassic Park meets Predator, and it starts off cool enough where the T-Rex escapes from the compound, which is probably my favorite part of the film. And I commend them for using practical effects. The T-Rex is a giant animatronic. They never use CGI, at least not that I could tell. And the best parts are at the beginning of the film when it's a little bit smaller and it's going through the complex killing people and it's sort of hidden in the shadows. That's when the T-Rex is at its best. And then the film goes to the guy recruiting people who are basically knockoff characters of the soldiers slash mercenaries from Predator. It's like you got the quirky guy, you got the guy with the glasses, and then everybody else is pretty much forgettable because they get killed off so quickly. It's like they're armed to the teeth, and this T-Rex sneaks up on these trained ex-military guys. A T-Rex sneaks up on them, and it's not like it's small by the time they meet the T-Rex. The T-Rex is fully grown at this point, and it's in broad daylight too, and it looks like it was filmed somewhere, somewhere in somebody's, like, I don't know, the forest of somebody's backyard. It doesn't look like a jungle or anything, but yet they're like all dressed up like they're going deep into the jungle. But it's just like, the movie it's boring. I was literally falling asleep at times, and it's just like they should have just gone full blown out with the T-Rex. And it's like there's one like showdown scene that lasts maybe 10 seconds, and it's like, that's not enough for me. And you also expect me to believe that when they all open up fire on this thing, that this thing survives. I don't know, heavy artillery versus T-Rex, heavy artillery. It's like, I mean, maybe it's got something in its DNA that makes it, I don't know, super invincible or whatever, but they never really go into that. They never really go into what the experiments on the T-Rex were, other than the fact that the T-Rex is now loose and that it's growing at an accelerated rate. So, yeah, it's not as bad as I was hoping, if that makes sense. It's not at the Sharknado level that it needs to be. this could have been a great, bad, fun popcorn flick, but they go so much into trying to build character development where there's like a scene, it's a good like 5 to 10 minute scene where the main guy is sort of talking about his time in the military with one of the other guys, and it's just like, I don't care, can we get back to the T-Rex stuff? It feels like a movie that's a missed opportunity. Don't waste your money on this. I hope the other Jurassic Park ripoffs that I got aren't like this. I mean, I can handle so bad it's good. I love stuff like that. But it's like there were parts where I was dozing off, where I had to literally pause the movie, get up, and go do something. You know, no offense to the filmmakers. I'm sure they're all nice people. I mean, I would rather have fake T-Rex stuff than a conversation between two characters I don't give a shit about. And there's so many moments where it rips off of Predator, which I was expecting, and those moments made me laugh out loud. It's like there's a scene where they're not in a helicopter, they're in an airplane, and I give them props for having the production value to do that. They're in an airplane, they're all like talking back and forth, and I'm like, dude, this is just like Predator. And then the guy who plays the government agent, he plays it so straight, and that is what makes it so funny, because he's like, I don't know, it's so obvious that he's shady, and this is basically all his fault. Jurassic Predator. I hope you haven't seen it. Let's talk about other dinosaur movies. What's your favorite dinosaur movie besides Jurassic Park? There are some other really good ones. What are your favorite so bad it's good movies? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you see here, as always, you can check out all my other social media below.